got your front door, which is your obvious marketing. Those are things that you see for like every marketing campaign every year. So it's like advertising backpacks for kids going to school. So it's like a little cliche, but it's the pumpkin spice latte where you know it, you expect it, you either like it or you don't. Backdoor is the exact opposite. So it's where you've got a campaign where you're just like, I don't understand how this attaches to the brand whatsoever. And a lot of times, like even when I was trying to come up with an example for this interview, I couldn't because they're just like so forgettable. And so in the middle, there is side door, which is an interesting way of getting you to the same destination. So a great example is the 2018 Tide ad with David Harbour, where in the beginning you're like, why is it just David Harbour saying, nope, it's a Tide ad over and over again? And then you come to realize that it's actually about the clean clothes. So that when you watch the commercial back, you realize that everybody is in this sparkling clean outfit. Or like the Orbitz gum of chewing the gum to clean out your potty mouth. And they're saying things like, you lint liquor. It's like, that was in 2010 and I'm still saying that. So that was a really, really good place to hone that strategy of just like, how do you come up with an interesting way to get someone the information that they want, even if they don't want it? Mike's Hard Lemonade, they were a client that we had worked with several times at Imgur, and they weren't really being that well received. We'd just been doing straightforward campaigns of like, this is the product. And the community had really preconceived notions about Mike's Hard Lemonade that were just not budging. And so what we did was the equivalent of sitting on a park bench in a busy area, and we just listened to the community and we took stock of like what works well for them, what are they saying right now, and reading in between the lines. So at this time, there was an Imgurian who for like the past 5 years he was a really frequent traveler and he had all these miles. And every single Christmas, he would do this campaign organically where he would give miles to people who wanted to go home for Christmas. And so what we decided is that we didn't want to step on his toes, but we wanted to just take some of those good vibes and put some money on it, honestly. So we went to Mother's and Father's Day just a few months ahead. And so we did 5 posts. There was the initial post broadcasting the idea, and then there was a post for Mother's Day and for Father's Day asking people to tell us their stories. There's a bunch of legal stuff, like you had to be 21. But so I went through and I picked out 6 people per post, 5 that would get some money to go home, and then 1 that we would follow with a film crew, and we created our last 2 posts. And it's so rare on the internet to have just like an end-to-end wholesome thing. And that's exactly what it was. It was social impact in the most organic way. And it was one of our most successful posts in the 2 years that I worked there. And then it sparked several other social impact campaigns. For instance, Tito's Handmade Vodka saw it and they came to us and they said, we have $20,000. Can you break this up over the course of a year and empower Imgurians that are doing stuff that they love and just keep going? Concrete benefits, so taking the guesswork out of it for your audience. How can this service apply to their lives? Like, what benefits are they going to be implementing from making these changes? Like, what's the one thing that you want the audience to take away? It is super cliche, but it is very true to write what you know about. So some of my best content has been coming from like me talking to my friends. For instance, I watch a lot of movies, and so when I was at Evernote, I was thinking about like what are some interesting side door ways that I can promote the product, and I put together this post called Movies That Could Have Been Avoided with Evernote. And what I did is I chose 3 really classic movies like Jurassic Park. I gave a brief description of what happened in the movie, and then I redid it with the products, like setting a reoccurring task to check the T-Rex's enclosure, which would have changed the whole course of the movie. And so that was stuff that it's just like, what would I want to see? Using your brand's colors or an emoji to differentiate types of content so that when people are coming to your page, they can see the reoccurring things. Look at the content that you like and ask yourself, why do you like it? Is it the colors? Is it where you saw it? Is it when you saw it? Is it the wording? Breaking it down and actually reflecting on what resonates with you is going to help you resonate with other people. Taking surveys and polls, this is something that I have been empowered to do throughout many of my jobs, and it's been invaluable. Like, yeah, people are going to complain a lot. They're going to tell you that your product sucks. That's actually really a gift, because these people could have just abandoned your product and not said anything, but like the fact that they're choosing to complain is giving you an opportunity to correct that, whether it's giving a refund if you can, giving an explanation, empowering them with information, and having that a conversation that may make them a stronger customer. As I'm creating content, the major question that I ask myself is, am I creating this for the sake of creating something and like to stay relevant, or is this actually going to be enriching someone's life? So I recently heard this great quote about ChatGPT that I am going to carry with me forever. If you didn't care enough to write it, why should I care enough to read it? And so making that application of just like, if this isn't a piece of content that you would want to consume, like, why are you putting it out there?